Hey, what it do? What the business is?
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal underscore Brown if you're looking for me.
Absolutely, man. And I am Spike Lou on them same social sites. Holla at your boy AB. We're only covering election results tonight. I hope everybody's ready for that. So as the numbers come in, we'll tell you what we think and we'll go from there, man. So not what you guys expected on this episode tonight.
Political episode tonight,
Yeah,
y'all. Sorry.
straight politics, man. We're gonna tell you about the votes. Psych. That's not happening. But we hope you guys did get out and vote. Historical day in America. By the time this comes out tomorrow, hopefully we'll know who the new president is. Seen anything crazy, AB?
Nah, not yet. I'm sure by tomorrow we'll see. When this comes out, because this is Tuesday, we're doing this.
Yeah.
When this comes out, I'm sure something will been done happen somewhere. I expect the unexpected at this point.
Yeah, hopefully it's smooth, man. Hopefully we just get a smooth little answer and move the fuck on with our lives and not have
Yeah,
to
man.
deal with. I'm so tired of political fucking commercials, man. God.
This shit been killing us, dog.
Man, the text messages and all that shit is over with. But this is y'all release. This is where you go to get away from that, man. And we happy we can provide you guys with that entertainment. We got a couple things on the rundown for tonight. Some really big news.
Yeah.
But before we get to that big news, Bankroll Freddie is upset about his sentencing after being caught with weed. Megan, she got a doc out and people are in uproar. Some people are in uproar about what she revealed on that doc. A couple of releases over the weekend. We want to know who won the weekend. There's a beef that may be squashed as well, AB, but we will start first sharing our condolences to Quincy Jones and his family, everybody that he's connected with through all the stuff that he's done over these years. He was 91 years old. What a hell of a life to live, man. R.I.P. Quincy Jones. AB, what you got?
Man, I did not realize the monster that Quincy Jones was. Like, I knew the name, I knew all of that until I watched the documentary on Netflix. It came out a couple of years ago. I think it's just simply titled Quincy. If you're a fan of music, that is mandatory viewing. I'm talking about that. Like it put a whole new level of respect. I thought he was more of like a Puff when it came to production. I thought maybe like a Russell Simmons when it came to like on some executive shit. This dude, Quincy Jones, was an absolute savage. Write music, compose music, produce music. He turned Mike into the king of pop. He worked with Sinatra back in his man. Like, dude has lived like 7 lives, dude.
Thanks.
And that was all by the 80s. So the documentary is fire. I've watched it twice. It was that good. I think it might have came out during the quarantine.
It did. I just missed it. I need to see that definitely.
Now that's Mando. Like, yeah,
Working.
you gonna look at dude like he's.
I just seen a little 3-minute recap today. Motherfucker posted on Twitter, and I was like, dang, nigga, somebody worked with Frank Sinatra and Michael Jackson. That's insane. That's the resume right there. But then you can keep going.
No, yeah, exactly. The movies he done scored, but like, dude, man,
the biggest movies.
It's you got to watch this shit, man. Like, it's good as fuck.
I may do that this weekend.
Facts.
Finally get a little rain, so I may do that.
Man, legend. We lost him and the Black Godfather a couple of maybe a year or two ago, and he got a Netflix documentary that's flames too. So two big L's, and I'm hot about that.
Absolutely, man. Rest in peace to those guys. More big news, AB, over the current last week to today. Young Thug had the longest running trial in Georgia history. He copped to a plea. He copped to a plea deal, man. A lot of things were within that plea deal, but the most important thing is that he's going home. He's getting credit for time served. He has 20 years of probation as to where he can't violate some 15 years. If he don't make it then 15, he got to go do 20. Sorry about that. So that being said, AB, give me your thoughts on Young Thug taking the plea deal, his probation terms, and what you think and how you think this will play out.
You know, the good thing I think about this is that although he did spend too much time in jail, because it looks as if they really didn't have no case. Not for real, for real. It looks like a lot of people's time was wasted. A lot of taxpayers' dollars were wasted. But he's still, in my opinion, relevant. he can come out, he can record music and do music, and I think people will still be checking for it. I don't think he's lost that. I think his supporters have done a good job of keeping his name alive and keeping him in the headlines and in the news. Although it's only been 2 years, it feels like forever though. But it's only been a short time. The plea deal, the 15-year probation, they renegotiated because at first it was 15 years probation, and if he violates, he's got to do 43, which is insane. They amended it. If he violates, he's got to do 20. We all know probation is a low-key trap. But man, it is better than sitting up in that motherfucker, bro. So some of the stipulations, he can't live in Metro Atlanta. He can't associate with people that are in gangs or that were part of his part of the sweep, with the exception of his brother and Gunna. He requested those specifically to be able to still communicate with them. I think he's got to do a couple of community service shows or whatnot. I thought what was interesting, I thought it was very interesting. He spoke, the judge asked you, do you have any words and all of that shit? And that's the most I've ever heard him speak in a row. I think he spoke for like 4 or 5 minutes straight. And, show remorse and whatever the case may be. And it's good to see that he's getting a second chance at whatever it is. We've heard stories. We've talked about this before. We've heard stories. He was really out the mud. He's really from an area that does not play. It ain't no bullshit where he's from. And so now you never know. Maybe I'm not saying he's going to come out rapping, reading Rainbow and shit, but at least now it feels like people are seeing some of their favorite rappers get taken down for what is alleged to be like gang activity. And you think maybe this scares some people straight, and he comes out on the straight and narrow, like how Gunna has been, like how several other people have been, like T.I., etc. And maybe the tone of the game of culture can change a little bit. I don't know how influential he is in that. But I mean, you never know, man. So we'll see if there's a shift in the crime rate, or if there's a shift in the incarceration rate here locally, or if we see more people still saying gang, 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 no matter what. But I'm interested to see that side of the coin, when the smoke clears on this. But good to have him home, man. He got 2 years of his life taken from him, so maybe he can make the most of this, and maybe learn a lesson. I don't know if there was a lesson to learn.
Yeah, you're right. If there was a lesson to learn, I know we were pretty critical when the charges first came out. It looked bad. It didn't look like this was something that he was going to be able to beat. And we talked about that here a couple of times on this show.
Didn't look good.
Didn't look good, but you got to prove it. That's the beautiful thing about America, nigga. Like, I'm innocent until proven guilty if I got enough money. And he has enough money to not be taken advantage of in this system. I like you think or hope that there will be a tone change in the industry, which leads to a tone change amongst the younger generation that listen to rap music. And kind of, I don't think this will end violence or anything like that crazy, but just people having a different perspective now, that you're not invincible, you're not untouchable. And I hope that he continues to be vocal in order to lead the younger generation away from that, and to like, okay, this is more sustainable than what I was doing before. It was only a matter of time before what happened to me. And so you can avoid it. I'm giving you these messages via music, via concerts, via just fucking public service announcement, whatever it may be. Like Jay-Z said for our generation back in the day, Jay-Z did that, so you ain't have to go through that.
Back.
Hopefully that's the same message that that Young Thug will take. One thing that I did want to address, as far as the people, you just mentioned it as well, saying that it's a trap. It is. Probation is a trap. And it's a trap for dumb niggas, and most importantly, broke niggas. I don't take Young Thug to be dumb, and I don't suspect him to be broke either. This is a trap only if you full of shit. And I'll say that respectfully to Young Thug and his team. If he's been sitting in jail for 2 years, he's seen what could be taken away from him. If someone's like, okay, you just can't get in trouble for 15 years. I seen niggas on Twitter, oh, can't get in trouble for 15 years. Oh man, you can't do that. And I ask you respectfully, AB, have you been able to avoid police presence for 15 years where they didn't lock you up?
For sure.
You've been able to do that, right?
Yeah,
you're a normal human. You're not a lame. You're a normal human being that's out here living his life, paying his taxes, doing what he needs to do to survive. That's the only thing that they're asking of Young Thug. Nothing egregious. Nothing of that nature that I know of. I ain't just piled through what's going on in the what he has to do as far as his probation. But for the people out there that says, "Oh, it's a trap and he'll never make it," I beg to differ. I think that he's smart enough to be able to say, "Hey, look, studio, home, concert dates, and anything that I want to get into, I can get into in the confines of my own home around people that I trust." I ain't saying that he'll do a complete 180 and be a pastor boy or anything like that. That's not what I expect. But he's going to move a lot smarter. Like you said, we know where he's from. He's cut from a cloth where people understand, well, like now I got to switch it up. And that's one of the biggest things in survival in the place that he come from, switching it up. And I think that his switch up is going to be legendary. I think he's going to be even more popular than he went in. I think that if he's able to really capitalize, because everyone was talking about this, everyone wants this interview, everyone wants features. He's going to really be able to catapult into this. And I think these 15 years, as long as he's getting money and stay out the way, he's going to be great. Now, I don't know if that's his personality. I will say that I don't know if this calls him. Like, I gotta be outside, I gotta be with my niggas. If that's the case, then hey, good luck to you, brother. I hope you figure it out. But if the case is, man, I learned my lesson. I know how I gotta move now. Y'all gonna rarely see me in anything crazy. I respect that. Cause like you said, money, like I said, money is one of the biggest things that helps you when you in probation, parole situations. You can pay those fines, you can pay those fees, you can afford not to be out here selling dope. You can afford to, well, he don't have to have a job, but he has a stable job. Those are the things that trap you when you on probation. When you a nigga getting out of jail and you ain't got none of the stuff that Thug got, of course it's gonna be hard. But he got everything in place. So I don't really think it's a trap. I think this was a blessing for him, man. He got off lucky.
Listen, it's a W regardless. Let's be very clear about that. He is no longer in a goddamn 12 by 12 or whatever the dimensions is of a
Doritos
cell.
every day.
Right, eating bullshit. But the only issue with the probation thing, now to say, oh man, he can't get in trouble. The issue is that people can be petty, and any petty offense counts as getting in trouble. That's kind of where it gets tricky. That's how Meek Mill got hemmed up. He got in trouble for something that was relatively petty. It wasn't a violent crime. He had no dope. He had no guns. That's one thing. If you get caught with a strap after this, get out of jail free card, and you walk around with a strap, then you deserve to go back. And then now you just don't get it. But to know that, it's 2024. He's on probation for 15 years. You're telling me if in 2037 he gets pulled over and he's riding with somebody else and they have weed on him and he didn't know it, he could go do 20 years in 2037? Like it's that's the part where it's like, this nigga you haven't heard a word from this nigga for 13 years. Dude. And they stop him for jaywalking, motherfucker.
Yeah, jaywalking, you're right. But I wouldn't even
be illegal U-turn, nigga. I'm now finna go.
But that's the thing, though. Like, the pettiness of it, I agree with you, right? But if I'm Young Thug, I might pat niggas down before I hop in the wheel. Like, I'm this, bro. You right, because niggas can be petty. That's a good point you bring up that I'm addressing everything, nigga. I'm so anal, like, nigga, make sure don't come. That nigga felon, I don't want him around me. Like, you have to be that way because, nigga, I'm looking at 20 years and I don't care how many friends I lose. I ain't trying to lose my freedom behind a nigga hopping in the car. Oh, it's cool, bro. You know, we just running right now, nigga. No, nigga, it's not happening. To the Meek Mill point. Now, we can talk about if this was petty or not, but the violation occurred when he was arrested for being involved in a fight and later for popping willies on a dirt bike.
He was breaking up that fight, too.
Was he?
It's on camera. Yes.
Listen, bro.
It's on camera.
Listen, that's fine. Me personally, Spike Lou, breaking up a fight, and I'm facing 28. Hey, I'm sorry, bro. Them niggas just gonna have to brawl. My security can't address it. Popping willies on a dirt bike, man. I'm not even gonna be out here with you niggas riding on. Like, we can ride dirt bikes where I can pop willies at my mansion that got 4-5 acres in the back. But down the Philly streets,
that was in New York.
You're right. That's even worse, nigga. You're not even at home trying to.
But see, that's the thing. Popping willies in Philly is not against the law, but it is in New York. And they got him for it in New York.
AB, when you're on 15 years probation, guess what you got to know? What the laws is everywhere you go, my nigga. and again, I ain't dogging me, man. This just, if you want to be that person, like Young Thug is, like what they claimed that he was to be, leader of this gang. Like, now I gotta live like it. We watch these mafia movies and we see these gangster shows. Like, we see how careful these people are in what they do when they're running criminal organizations. We see organized crime how it runs. I ain't say that these niggas are organized crime, but the people are looking at me trying to take me out. I gotta be that meticulous. I gotta be on top of all that. So there's some petty shit that could happen where we would look at it and be like, oh man, that wasn't shit. But on the other end, if I'm a nigga like Meek Mill, I ain't popping willies in New York and I ain't breaking up no fights. I'm Meek Mill, nigga. I'm not breaking up no fight between those niggas, man. Fuck y'all. Nigga, these 300 pounds. Am I fighting? Was I a nigga in the fight? Like, come on, bro. So yeah, like you right. There are petty things that could happen, but I gotta be extra careful in avoiding those things because I'm facing 20 years.
But
So
I thought it was interesting. I love the support that he's gotten from people like T.I.
facts.
T.I. has made it very clear. He ain't got to worry about no bread. Like, you ain't got to worry about none of that. The
Mm-hmm.
plays are already lined up. When he said
Mm-hmm.
that a couple of months ago, he was like, nigga, the plays are already lined up. You ain't got to worry about a thing. And it was funny because when I went to his comedy show the other weekend, he mentioned Thug was coming home soon. You know what I'm saying? He had like a whole bit about Thug. He had like a whole bit about him. They were talking about they were using his lyrics against him. And he was like, but how do y'all know what he's saying? We still don't even know what he's saying. So how can y'all use
Facts.
his lyrics if we don't know what he's saying? That was his little balloon ting. But he said that he was coming home soon. Now, so I don't know if he knew something that we didn't,
He
but
been saying that though for some
that's
months.
true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Did
but I like the support though. I respect it. I think people need to see that as
That's dope.
well.
Is
So
that
yeah,
first day out song real?
no,
That's AI.
yeah, that was fake.
Okay.
It's not
Whew,
official.
thank
I
God.
saw that. Not a
Um,
but
I got a
with
question.
him requesting to work with Gunna. You think that was
Oh yeah, let's
strictly business, or is he actually cool with him? He ain't got no beef with him because
we
y'all
got a win
square.
or a loss later that talks about this. I think that's strictly business because
I don't believe that.
we're gonna talk about the tweet. He sent the tweet out. Is that his Twitter?
That wasn't about Gunna though.
That was to Baby
That was about
about.
Baby. You talking about the Wham?
Yes,
Wham is Baby.
that's his nickname.
Mm-hmm.
And what did he say? Well, we'll talk about it. It's on the
Yeah, we'll
rundown
get
though.
to that part, but
But to your point, I think again, going to him being smart, he knows and he's seen the success that Gunna has had since he's been out.
mm,
And why would I ostracize a nigga that's on my label, regardless of these fake street codes that niggas think I should abide by? This Gunna's a moneymaker, and I'm out. I ain't really got to associate with this nigga other than we going in the studio to lay the track down. Like we can live different lifestyles, and maybe they've already established that. Maybe they've established with each other like this ain't for you, bro, and that's cool. I'll let you walk away from this, but we'll still make money together since you popping and I'm about to be popping. I don't think that you draw a line in the sand if you Young Thug and be like, oh, that nigga snitch. Like you don't come out and say that because people, like you said, they're watching you.
that's true.
And you don't want like I don't want to rile up nothing when somebody may do something to him and they try to tie it back to me like they did with this case. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I see. I think it's a very smart business move to be like, no, I got to work with you. He on my label, and he ain't going nowhere.
yeah. I mean, technically, just be honest though. Technically, if he didn't want him on his label, he could just cut him.
Yeah, but why would I do that though? As a businessman, I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to get back on my feet, nigga. I've been 2.5 years behind this
That's
nigga
true.
popping.
Hey,
This
them
nigga
lawyer
popping,
fees,
bro.
nigga, them motherfuckers add
Nigga,
up, especially what he's
nigga, that,
cooking.
come on, bro. That debt was. I know that debt is in hell, but like
Yeah,
Ti said, the money players are there.
facts.
You just got to build up to them. You know, I know, like the money plays are there, but it's still a process to get to the money. Like you could be performing the play, but the money gonna come later. And Gunna is one of those money plays where like he already eating. All I got to do is step
And he
in
hot
and
too.
get my cut. Yeah, like he
Yeah.
popping. I would be dumb to like separate myself from him, and it look funny to the people who are judging him that can be petty and bring him back to court if he like I don't need to talk or want to talk to him. Oh, okay, what you got going on,
Did he beat the snitch allegations, or is that still gonna be a thing?
Gunna?
Yeah. Or does it depend on
Uh,
what Thug says next?
I don't even think it depends on Thug. I think it depends on everybody else. I don't think Thug will address it because he's not in a position to, but niggas like Lil Baby and the other niggas that will call him a snitch is going to depend on if they change their tune. And then,
Gotcha.
people will follow suit because people are sheep. But I don't think, if I'm Thug, rightfully so, I would never address that. That is nothing that me and you need to talk about. Nigga, I'm on pro. I got 20 years I'm facing if I say the wrong shit about this. Nah, he cool.
Yeah.
He on my label. What y'all want to hear from me? The
we
label
talk,
makes it a
we
big,
talking about
a
clothes
big
and
prettier
hoes,
label.
bro.
Yeah,
Like
nigga, I don't even know nothing about that. I wouldn't even know. I don't know nothing about no street shit no more, bro. I don't even know what snitching mean no more, my nigga. We talk about rap. I don't even know why you asking me that. Yeah, so like that, I think that's really gonna have to do with everybody else that ain't got a lot to lose when they come out and calling him a snitch.
Are we gonna get an interview?
Dude, we should. We definitely he need to sit down with somebody. Who would you first of all, two-parter. You want to
Yeah.
hear from him or Meech first? And then
Ooh.
who do you want to interview Young Thug?
I would probably want to hear from Meech first. Young Thug doesn't give
Yeah,
good interviews, bro.
that's a fact.
Like
I
his
know
his
Meech got some shit to say.
that's what I
Oof.
gotta hear from me. And I don't even know if Meech gives a good interview, but I'm gonna find
I
out.
just want to
So,
hear it, nigga.
so
I just want to
let
hear
me
that shit.
let me see. But if Thug, because again, Thug kind of the way he talk, it be kind of all over the place, man. He talking these
Hmm.
short. He talk like he rap, talking these short spurts, and I can't understand what the fuck he talking about. So let's just say, hypothetically, he's speaking a little more like he was in court because it was cohesive when he was talking there. I can see him talking with someone he's familiar with. It had to be like a special expeditiously. Like Ti had to bring that back for one episode.
He could go talk to Big Facts, Banks, Big
That's a
Bank.
good one. That's true.
Big
I can
Bank could
see that.
definitely talk to him. Yeah.
I can see that.
That would definitely be a good one.
I can see that.
I don't know if they well, yeah, that would be a good one. That would be a good one.
Charlemagne 1-on-1.
Nah. Charlamagne gonna
Oh
try to
my
jam him up.
stop!
Not even
What?
purposely though. Not even purposely. Charlamagne just like this makes him good at his job. I'm not hating. He
Oh,
just
okay, okay.
a little too inquisitive
I
for
got
this
you
situation. Like it could be a question that's gonna make Thug look bad. Like I say Bank because Bank got street nigga experience.
for sure.
Charlamagne is a really good media person and he's been in this field for a long time. Banks is still close enough to niggas in the street where he know what to avoid and ask. Even with that clip you sent me about YG in Banks' case, and
Oh
they
yeah,
asked him like who a real lame nigga. Banks was trying to get the nigga not to answer it because he know how they like, bro, you don't gotta answer that. Just keep moving.
right.
Like I asked you the question and I'm giving you the out and you still answered it, nigga. Like
Yeah.
so, yeah. Bank know enough to like say enough to get people thinking and lead them. Charlamagne gonna be reckless, unintentionally so too.
Nah, first of all, them questions getting screened, nigga. They getting 3 or 4 sets of eyes looking at them before
Facts,
they
nigga.
even get to
My
my
lawyer might be sitting
direction.
right here. My lawyer might sit right here with me while I answer these questions. We being all right. I swear to God, I'm taking everything is going to be. I'm going to be moving like I'm Tony fucking Soprano, nigga. Like we ain't doing none of this. Ain't none of these popping a willy slip ups, breaking up a fight slip up. I ain't doing none of that, nigga. I'm laying up with Mariah the Scientist 6 days out of 7, and the 7th day I'm recording, nigga. That's what we doing. Jeez. That's
Oh, that's a
it,
fact.
bro.
That's a fact. Next up, man, we know we went long on that. We probably gonna go long on this one.
Mm,
Louisiana 2024 went down in New Orleans, at the Smoothie King Center, packed house, streamed for the free ski on Amazon Prime and Twitch.
hmm.
Listen, social media had a ball with it. I was on social media seeing what people were saying. Reviews came in relatively positive, excuse me, about Wayne and the Hot Boys reunion. Of course, yes, the rumors were true. Everyone was there, all 4 members and big timers as well. There was also a celebration with the mayor giving him Wayne the key to the city and P giving him the very first Know Your Walk of Fame. I know that's not a star, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a flower. A magnolia, ain't it? It's a
That's a
magnolia
flower?
flower. Yeah, it's a flower. That's the official flower of Louisiana.
That's hard. Okay, okay.
Hmm.
So it was an eventful night to say the least. Just overall thoughts. First thing that jumped out to you. How did you think the night go, and was it as hyped as we thought it would be?
I like these streaming concerts, but I'm not the biggest fan. It has to be like, oh shit, nigga, you like the pop out show, or I don't really know what before then. But like I don't just watch all the
Drake and
Rolling
Kanye
Louds.
was one before then.
Yeah, that
They
right there
streamed
that Jay Prince
Donda.
put together.
Yeah,
I didn't watch the Donda. You try to slide that in there, it's cool. But uh when it's a
classic.
big event like this and you put it in the chat, and I was like, nigga, let me know when the Hot Boys come out. But what I will say, one thing about the people that were there, they said it wasn't as good as it was on TV because the sound was messed up. They said that the
Uh,
sound wasn't linking up to like, and it was hard to hear. I hate when that
uh,
happens at concerts. So they probably still had a good time because they could hear the music, but we were hearing it crispy on TV. Like, I don't
Facts.
know what y'all niggas was like. This is one of those. I'm glad I wasn't there because I would have kind of been upset, but it was crispy on TV for anybody there that wants to know. And man, I was so This was so fun to watch, bro. Like this
Yep.
is like I know how old people that go see the Rolling Stones and the fucking whatever band Aerosmith or whatever rock band U2. I see why they said like, cause this shit was just like it was nostalgic. It was good just seeing all them niggas up there and healthy and fucking with each other. The songs of our childhood coming out, like, and I'm talking about the Hot Boys portion of it specifically. I'll get into Wayne in a second. But I just love to see this, man. I don't know if they need a tour of this or we need to see more of this just like on this no tour.
No.
Or just even seeing more. I don't even know what other groups would do this and it would hit like this for me because this was my childhood. This
For
this
sure.
right here, After No Limit, all of these songs and like that was it. So it was just so great to see everybody up there, even Turk. So that was 100. My
Even
other
Turk
thing that
was
I came
nasty.
the other thing that I came away with this though, controversial take.
Okay.
I'm from the Jay-Z generation. Jay-Z is maybe my favorite rapper, him and T.I. Lil Wayne might be the best to ever do this shit, man. From
Mm.
wire to wire to get up there and do what he done and still left a lot of meat on the bone.
Yeah, he did.
Pause like this. He did that, shook that, and this was no Nicki, Drake, or Young Money Cash. This was none of that really. I could still go in another like hour bag with that.
Facts. That's a
And
fact.
he going all the way back to Cash Money days, and then we get the Carter series, and then he ends it with mixtape Wheezy. Like, yeah, nigga, I know Jay got hits. I know niggas have hits out here, but I'm talking about what Wayne did up there. Where Wayne playing other niggas' beats and rapping on it, and you remembering where you was when that shit came out. Like, Jay is still my favorite, but he can't do this. It ain't it, I can't name another rapper that could do this. Especially like adding a mixtape seasoning to it is what makes it. Because Jay
Mm.
has a great discography, and not like I seen the
Of
question
course.
floating around online, like who has the better discography, T.I. or Wayne? T.I. does. But Wayne's the better rapper because nigga, I can go from 13 to 43, which is 30 fucking years. I don't know if he's 30, but they're damn near 30 years
Yeah.
of straight, like I've been that nigga. And that's amazing, bro. Like Wayne might be number one on the list for me.
I ain't mad at that. I had a great time. I watched it from the opening kickoff. There was a pre-show. I had the pre-show playing in the background. I was halfway paying attention to that. I'm gonna talk about that in a second.
Mm-mm.
And I watched everything, every second of it. And I thought they did a good job with Wayne coming out first, giving some solos. Then he introduced the Hot Boys one by one. Big Thomas came out first, if I'm not mistaken. Then I think Turk and then BG. So they all came out on a solo for like a song or two, which I thought was dope.
Fire.
And then all four of them on stage, man, like it just see,
Oh man.
I never saw a Cash Money. Well, no, I take that back. I did see a Cash Money show in person, but it's been a long time. I've seen him twice. I saw him at Gentry. Shout out to TSU.
Let's start
That
on the chairs.
Yeah, that ended in chairs being thrown because Juvie was pissed that the sound man was fucking up. And then I saw Rough Riders Cash Money at what is now Bridgestone. But that was a long fucking time ago.
That's at least
So
20 years ago.
yeah, plus.
Yeah.
So this took me all the way back. They picked a couple of B-side, a couple of deep cuts. They did the big singles and all of that shit. That's cool. They did a deep cut or two. Man, that shit was it
I was in
was
here hype, nigga.
bro.
I was looking at hype.
That's one of the best moments of the year, bro.
Oh,
And
facts.
so shout out to because Amazon had both. Amazon had this and they had to pop out. And while
Yeah,
Revolt
yeah,
didn't
they
have
did.
first dibs on at least one of these is disgusting.
Yeah.
Bro, who the fuck is over at Revolt, bro? Like
Is
we
it
said
still
this when
running?
Pop Out came out. What are y'all?
Right.
Why do y'all not bid this first? This would have been a moment for y'all. Y'all could have kicked off the rebranding of Revolt. These are moments niggas can't fucking miss, dude. And Amazon is on top of it. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Mhm.
They did the fucking Drake and Kanye shit. Like they own it right
Yeah.
now. It look
They
good.
might
It
not have
sound
a
good.
Revolt might not have enough money to do this.
Well, they need to go in. They need
Because
to go borrow some, dude. Go get a credit card, nigga. Put this shit on credit, bro.
one of the
God
things they
damn.
were saying about the Amazon shit, the reason I know that the reason they said Kendrick went to it is because I think they were providing the production. So I mean, he could do whatever he wants to on
Mm.
the production and make it sound as good as he wants to, and Amazon gonna foot the bill for it.
That's fair, and
So
it is Amazon, so I get
and
it.
it's
But
Amazon. The check is blank, nigga.
yeah,
And it goes to what we were saying, like for looking at it on TV, that shit was crispy, nigga.
nah, I look great.
Like, but
Fuck,
yeah,
fuck with the people they're talking about. It look good.
hey, I'm sorry. Sorry that happened to y'all. Couldn't be me though. But yeah, I agree with you, man. As the supposedly premier hip hop television station, man. Like they again, man. Me and AB's resumes are both online. Our emails are out there too. Just send
Come
me the
on.
job proposal request, bro. We got you. I will turn Revolt into ESPN for hip hop. I know
Bingo.
AB can too.
We've
So
been
like,
saying that
come
for
on,
years. They not listening, but it's all good.
man.
Now I will say, like you said, they left a lot of meat on the bone, but not saying like it shorts like we didn't get like the short end of the stick. I'm just saying there was so much even more after all of that they could have done. Is there one song that from anybody, either the group or a solo act, that you selfishly wish they would have done? If they were like, yeah, we got one
Ooh,
for you, just whatever you want.
that's a really good question. Immediately, what came to my mind was that $1 Million Dreams at Big Timers.
Ooh,
Oh man, if they had did that, I would. Hey man, listen, I probably would have jumped a hole in the floor, man. If they had did that $1 Million Dreams, bro. God, that would have been it. What would it have been for you?
man, it's two. I really wanted to hear BG May, man, because Birdman was right
Ooh,
there.
he should have came out to that made, man. That's what I said. That
Nigga, I'm a made man,
clean
gold
on
mouth
there.
dog. I
My
really just want to hear
dog.
Baby verse because he killed that. But shout out to Big Jeff in the chat. He said if he would have came out to clean up, man, he would have cried.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been +1. But the
Facts.
song that I
Yeah.
actually think was right there, the layup was Wayne. I Miss My Dogs with all them on stage. That was
If he had
I
did
thought he
that,
was gonna do it.
if he
That
had
would have
did that at the end, I got one more thing for y'all. Why
that
these
would have
niggas
been
still up here, bro? I probably would remember that for the rest of my life. I'd have talked about that on my deathbed, nigga.
dog. That would have been
I would have taught my grandkids. I'm like, y'all nigga, go look up. However you look it up nowadays. When Wayne did it, I Miss My Dog in front of the hot boy. That shit would have been fire. Put your
dog.
lighters up, nigga. I got one for y'all. Man, come on, bro.
Dude,
Sheesh.
I
All right.
that I thought he was gonna do it when he kept kind of like one more, but I thought that was gonna be that, and that would have been the cherry on top of the icing, on top of the sprinkles, on top of all that shit,
Thanks.
dude. But
God, that would have been good.
that would have been cold. There was a couple of things that real talk. It was already a legendary moment. But it would have been even more if Drake and Nicki would have came out just like once. That would have stamped it even further. And then the one that I really wanted to see, because I wasn't expecting P to come out. If P and Birdman would have took a picture up, that would have
Oh my
stamped.
God.
That would have.
Just
They would have.
a handshake.
That's
A hand, Seeing him handing that to Wayne was big for us because
that was big.
we remember that was big. Like P talking to Wayne, we
That was
ain't never
big.
seen that. We've been fans of hip hop for 35 years. These niggas from the same city. We
That was big.
wanted that to happen for so long, so that was even big. But if Birdman and P had to like just did it, whatever, nigga, that would
And
have
that
been
photo,
crazy.
I would have got that framed.
Oh
I
yeah, I need that.
would have
I
got
need
that
that. I
bitch.
hang it up like a Barack photo, nigga. Like hang that motherfucker right up in the front of the house, nigga. You remember when Birdman and P pieced it up, nigga? Come on, man. And I tell you what, you brought up Drake and Nicki. I know them your folks. I don't respect them for that. Like I wouldn't even have to let like as much shit as they talked about him doing the Super Bowl, as much shit as Nicki did, like he couldn't have like it wouldn't even been no can you come? Like when is it? I don't care what I got going on. I'm gonna be there because this is how much you mean to me, to hip hop. Like I was saying when they were saying he should have a Super Bowl. Y'all niggas was out here saying what Drake wouldn't, but Nicki especially. If
Yeah,
Drake
yeah, yeah.
can't make it, even with everything that he say, Wayne, that would have been fire if Drake came. But Nicki should have been there. Like there's
Yeah,
no
she ain't
way
got
he
nothing to
can't.
do.
I don't care
Yeah.
about tour dates. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You should have been there because that would have been a big ass moment
That'd
for
be
the person that you said
crazy.
should have had the Super Bowl, bro. It would have went nuts in there,
Yeah, that would have
and
that
that
would
should
went.
have happened.
I ain't gonna
Man,
lie. Them
one
three
smart.
would
Oh
have
my
went
bad.
crazy.
That would have went insane. That's the only thing that was missing. One of the best things that I read about this, and you tell me what you think. When people were like, y'all say Wayne can't do a Super Bowl. This didn't prove that he could do a Super Bowl though.
I
And
agree.
what I read about this, and the person was from the culture, they said sometimes the shit that's for us needs to stay for us.
What I say in the
If
group
this shit,
chat,
it wouldn't have been like that in the Super Bowl.
I
You
said the
can't
Super Bowl
do
didn't
this at the
deserve this
Super
right
Bowl.
here.
Don't deserve it. This is for us.
Yeah,
This ain't for 100 million and white folks in America that's watching the football. This was for
they
us,
wouldn't have
nigga.
gave a fuck.
No, this hit differently because it was here. I wouldn't have wanted to see this in the Super Bowl. It would have been cool, but it wouldn't have been this fucking cool. So that was a really dope thought that I seen somebody out there say, like, what's for us is for us. And we need to start protecting that shit more like we did with this. This shit was fire, man. I love this, bro. This
This shit
probably
was
was my
fire.
moment of the year.
My one bone to pick because like I said, I watched the pre-show
Mm-hmm. I already know what you're
and
gonna say.
it was it was cool. They had like Turk come in, they had Manny come in, they had Juvie come in, BG. So they got to talk with all them niggas. It was cool. Before the show,
Mm-hmm.
they had Mouse Jones, they had Wayno,
Wayno.
and they had old girl from that's on Breakfast Club right now filling in for Jess.
Oh, that's who
Do you
that
know?
was. I don't know.
Do you know where all three of them are from?
New York City.
If you had to take a wild fucking guess. Why? And a shorty, old girl is from like Delaware, but that's fucking East Coast. It's New York. Same shit.
Yeah.
Why do you have three New York media personalities covering the Weezyana Fest in New Orleans? Y'all mean to tell me you couldn't find nobody, no media personality from New Orleans, Louisiana, or the South, period? Nobody? That gets on my fucking nerves, dude. If this was a Wu-Tang Fest at Madison Square Garden and they had three niggas pre-gaming it, hosting it with Atlanta hats on from the A, bro, niggas would turn over.
Riot.
They would fucking riot, bro. They'd be like, who the fuck is this?
Who these
Rightfully
niggas
so. Niggas would riot, bro. What are y'all that continual like non-inclusion of the South? Because that's how I look at this. That shit is getting on my nerves and it's starting to bother me.
That's a good point.
That shit was inexcusable, dog. And I'm not even saying none of them did a bad job. I'm not saying none of them are good. I've met Mouse a couple of times. I spent time with Wayno. He was at the prison. Well, he was part of the crew visiting the prison when I went. So I spent 2 days with him. He seemed like a real nigga.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, why would you not have at least one person from the South that can speak to this from a different perspective? Because 2 of the 3 had no fucking clue what was going on. I'll give Wayno was deep. I'll give him credit. He sounded like he had been listening to this shit growing up. Cool.
Because he of that age.
He's of that age, true. But it's different when Hot Boys hit down here. It was different. We didn't taking over for the 99 2000, nigga. That was 5 years later, nigga. We was already on them. Like, nigga, so that shit got on my nerves. I ain't gonna lie. That bothered me probably more than anybody else on earth. And I'm probably overreacting, but that shit got on my fucking nerves.
No, I don't think that's an overreaction, though. I think it goes to speak to people say, oh, hip hop media is in shambles right now, based off a lot of things that are going on and how stuff is reported. But this is the reason why. They went and got those people, but me and AB aren't dumb. They got those people because they have names. Sure. And they probably have a larger following than people who are from down south and could have been more versed in this. But that's the point of it. You want to put somebody in there. Like, I look at people on ESPN all the time who, like, you may not know, but this nigga know football. Bingo. So he's sitting right here on NFL Live and he's able to tell you why this receiver went this way versus just a person that's popular like Stephen A. Smith who really can't tell you. He's just good at his job.
Sure. That's why you mix it up, though. That's why you have a mix of players, you have a coach, and you have a journalist.
And it's like you said, though, no disrespect to any of those people that did that, but you needed some insiders there. You needed some people there that could talk to you about fucking Cleanup Man, and it's all on you, volume 1 and 2, the blue CD and the green CD of the big timers. Like, you needed niggas that could mention that stuff to them, and they'd be like, "Oh shit, you know what's going on." Like that was what it was missing, especially for people like us.
That's all. That bothered me because other than that, it would have been a dope. It was a nice little pregame. I like how they had it set up. They was on the couch, just kind of shooting the shit with them. It was cool. But bro, like, just especially for the pay, give the artist the respect of having niggas from their area down there, dude. At least one. That's all. Again, if this was the Wu-Tang Fest, y'all wouldn't have 3 niggas from Houston interviewing the fucking Wu-Tang, bro. Y'all would go right there and get a nigga right off 138th in Manhattan, bro. So, like, come on, just do the same thing when it's in the South. That's all I fucking ask.
Thanks.
Ran over.
All right, what we got next? Elliott Wilson. Elliott Wilson put out a tweet, and he says that Future and Drake have squashed the beef. Only for academics to come contradict that and say, nope, that didn't happen. AB, what do you believe, and are you even invested in this still?
So Elliott, we all know who Elliott is. I don't believe that he would put out any misinformation on purpose. I don't know if Ack would do that. I don't know if he's above that, but he's closer to the situation than Elliott Wilson is. Ack had Drake he's been talking to Drake, texting. They BFFs. Maybe, who knows? Maybe he's getting used. Maybe he isn't. But the fact is that they have been communicating. So if I'm going to take someone's word on whether or not this is fact or fiction, I'm going to lean more to act because of his access. But there is some smoke to it because Future retweeted the Young Thug tweet about them squashing. No, but Metro didn't do it. And Elliott even said that the conversation didn't involve Metro. It only involved Future and Drake. So I don't know. Drake didn't retweet the tweet for whatever that's worth. And we saw how he acted at the Raptors game. So we'll get to that in a second. So I'm not sure. I don't, if I had to believe one of these people, it would be act because of his access, but I don't think it happened anyway. Drake does not let go of shit that quickly, and Future is the reason a lot of that shit kicked off because he put him on like that. So I don't see him being this quick to be like, oh no, it's all good, man. Even though he really didn't go in on Future during the battle. He really didn't shit on him like that. This time next year, okay, cool. 2 years from now, for sure. But right now, I think the block is a little too hot for Drake to be piecing up with niggas he would just had a World War III against 6 months ago.
So you don't think it's true?
I don't.
Yeah, I'm siding with you on this, and I'll quote Elliott Wilson. He says, "I have it on good authority." Anytime niggas say some shit like
Yeah,
that,
you need more than that.
like I need more than your good authority, bro. I don't know who you talk to.
I need names.
Yeah, Drake really don't fuck with Elliott Wilson, which is why he didn't retweet.
They fell out.
Like he don't really fuck. They fell out.
Yeah.
Future may just want this to be true and retweeted it like I'm open to it. Not saying that he needs Drake or anything. Just I'm open to it. Like it wasn't even really that deep. Like you said, Drake didn't really go in on Future. It was like theirs was more of a forced hand, and Future sided with his homie versus siding with Drake. That being and apparently the shit between him and Metro will never be squashed.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Like, I have it on good authority that that'll never be squashed based off what they were saying. So no, I don't believe this. There's no reason for this to happen because I don't think Future would take Future. If I'm Future, I'm not calling Drake, and if I'm Drake, I'm not calling Future. So and I just don't see how this. Even if I'm trying to think, even if it was a nigga that I was cool with, that was still cool with Future somehow, some way. Like if he was next to me, he was like, "Hey, I got Pluto on the phone, bro. He want to holler at you." Like I don't even know if I would be like open to that conversation, really. Like that's something that's on me and him terms.
Yeah.
So no, I don't believe Elliott. I do think that Ack is more tapped into a situation like this because he has a direct line to Drake, so it would be on even better authority than I'm assuming that Elliott's authority is on. And Elliott kind of a troll too. He kind of been in his troll bag with this whole situation, like the shit that he made once he found out that Drake was mad at him. He kind of doubled down.
Facts.
So this is his job. He's trying to generate clicks and likes and all of that stuff. That's why he's the legend that he is, and he knows how to play this game. So I lean on it more towards him playing this game versus this actually happened. I don't think this happened.
But does this make him look bad though? If this turns out to not be true, do you look at Elliott like, come on, bro? Like, you know, when TMZ accidentally kills somebody off, you're like, oh, what are y'all doing?
But that and that's why I think this did it in the. No, it doesn't make him look bad. There's a zero-sum game with this because I'm still Elliott Wilson. He'll always be able to say, as we've talked about on previous topics with him before, like I think it was the rankings, and he was like bitching about that. We still had to preface that or context with, but Elliott is a legend. And people are going to continue to let him get that off because of the work that he's done. We know your resume. It's going to take a lot more than this, I think, for people to go. Like some people are already on the lame bandwagon with him. True. But this won't. The people that fuck with him, they're going to fuck with him whether he was right or wrong with this. And then it's going to get people to talk about me. That's why it's zero sum. It don't matter if I'm wrong, right, lied about this. I'm just doing this for clicks. Like they say, COE. This is what he was on right here. And I think like a lot of people are going to accept it as that. We probably won't even hear shit else about this.
Probably not. Next up, man, we had a couple of releases over the weekend. It was a pretty active release date. People trying to get their fourth quarter numbers up. We had drops from Westside Gunn. 2 drops from Westside Gunn. We had Freddie Gibbs, Lil Uzi, Earth Gang, IDK. It was a couple of a nice variety of music depending on what you're looking for. Did you check for any of these? And in your opinion, who kind of won the weekend, if anybody?
I ain't gonna hold you. I checked for that West Side. I don't even know why I did that because Like Griselda ain't been like as popping as to me as it was, but I seen that song that had everybody on there, like
Yeah, I played
Stove
that first.
God. Like
I played that first like it was a soldier song back in the day.
I was
Went
like you. I
straight to
was like
that.
you. I went straight to that. I had to hear everybody on there. It was
Facts.
okay. It wasn't as great as I thought it was. Stove God ripped it.
He did. He
Um,
cold though.
he is a nigga be ripping it. But yeah, I think West Side, this was always well done like he does. And if you are super appreciative of that Griselda bag, then you like this. He's one of the best that puts it together. Yeah, Benny and Conway can rap a lot better than him, but putting the album together, he always excels at that. And I think he did in this case as well with both of the projects, the short one and the more full-length project. Both of those were good. That was the one that I checked for. I understood that Freddie Gibbs was a concept album. So I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't really here for that. I've always said Freddie Gibbs rap too fast for me. I don't listen to Lil Uzi. Earth Gang was a dance album. I listened to a couple of tracks. It wasn't bad. It was better than I like. I ain't the biggest Earth Gang fan either, but it was a lot better than I expected when niggas are telling me it's a dance album. When a nigga tell you it's a dance album, you
That's
expecting
nuts.
like, but they was in their Outcast bag. Like those young brothers are talented. So I wouldn't that I ain't minded at all. It's just like not gonna be in my it ain't gonna be in my playlist. But and the IDK I haven't got to listen to yet.
Yeah, I haven't. I haven't listened to the Earth Gang yet. Lil Uzi can pack it up. It's a Reynolds rap for
60,000
him.
first week. 60,000.
Man, he still got. I ain't saying he ain't got no fans, but the music ain't hitting like what it was in his peak.
Mm,
It just ain't it. I think he's I don't know what he got going on, but it's not hitting, it ain't hitting no shit. This shit was some slaw. The IDK is actually super straight. Like, dude is
really?
probably one of the low key, more consistent acts in music. Cause this last 3 or 4 projects, I finished listening and be like, damn, this nigga, like this should be straight through. It's got nice vibes on it. He's
He's
obviously
still
been
in his
influenced.
Kanye impersonation
Yeah,
bag.
he's obviously influenced by Kanye. But he does enough to distinguish himself. It's not like he's doing a parody of him or nothing, but you could just tell he
Yeah.
takes a couple of cues from Ye.
That's
Uh,
who Kanye need to hire for a writer.
I wouldn't be mad at that,
Man, that man
especially
helped a
with this
lot.
new one. They don't put the pre-order out for it and everything, so that means it's coming. I
Yeah.
need the bars right if he's going to produce it himself. Kanye still has that, but he need to get some writers in the room. And he need to call IDK
Mhm.
because he'll have them right.
Yeah.
West Side Gun was okay. I really can't. I just can't. What are we
Can't
on the
gauge it.
11th? Hitler Wear Herman. I realized by like the third one, like I'm just not gonna be able to just listen to a West Side Gun project in full like that. I see what this is. Oh, this is what this is. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I get it. He has a unique voice. That's for better or for worse, depending on who you ask. And yes, he can put the projects together. I think the first 2 tracks were skits. So like one was an instrumental, and then
Yeah.
the second was a skit, and then the third was a song. Like, bro, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
You trying to
Yeah.
be too artsy with this shit, bro. Like, what the fuck is the song, bro? You could have left both of that shit off. Uh, but no, it was okay. I'm not gonna revisit it. I'm not a fan. Freddie Gibbs, however, this is what you do when you
You
have
are a
had a
fan.
year or two like Freddie Gibbs that has been marred with a lot of controversy. He's got a brand new nickname that people are calling him online. He's got accusations from here, accusations from there. Does he have a baby on the way from this bad bitch? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. He has another one over here. He was engaged. Now he out here with hoes. Out. He getting into it with rappers left and right, taking L's. Maybe, probably. This is the project you drop when all that shit has happened. You fall completely back.
Mm.
You deactivate your social media or you give it to your assistant so they can post funny memes every other day. Stop talking. You get in the studio with you and your favorite engineer that did your shit back in the day when people were fucking with you before you got wild and crazy and got too caught up in this internet shit. And you bang out 12, 13 songs of that motherfucking crack. And this shit is fire, nigga. And that's all I saw online. I'm glad people are paying attention. My homie hit me up that don't even, he thinks of Gibbs like how you think of Gibbs. And he was like, nigga, I ain't gonna lie, this Gibbs tough.
Is
I
it a
said, yes, it
concept
is.
album?
I didn't really, well, I mean, but I could argue his last, that Triple S was a concept album, but it ain't not how
Mhm.
you think. It ain't like T
Gotcha.
Grizzly, like telling
Gotcha.
stories
Gotcha.
and shit.
Gotcha.
It ain't like that. But he's got a couple of skits in between that weave a little bit of a story through. But nigga, he's rapping. He could already rap. He's rapping his ass off though. Like that, and that's what's always going to cut through the bullshit. if you could step your rap game up, you already were rapping at a high level. If you can step it up from that, then that will outshine all the dumb shit that you've been on for the last 2 years. And that's exactly what happened. I don't even think about none of the goofy shit when I'm listening to this. Like he stepped his rap game up. And I didn't think that was possible because I thought it was already pretty high, top tier shit. This shit banging though. I ain't even gonna lie. It's a dope ass album. And I haven't
I
heard
agree with
anybody
you.
say anything otherwise that's heard it.
I haven't listened to the album, but I do agree with you 100%. He has toned down everything,
Thank
and
God.
that's commendable because he was wilding out. And
He was.
to hear you say that, he's out here back on the just I'm in my rap bag, like I commend him for that because it could have went another way with all
I
the bad
agree.
shit he was into. And you mentioned T Grizzly, nigga. Have you checked out any of those robbery videos on
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yeah. I'm caught up
That
on the
shit
robbery
fire.
videos. Yeah, tough. That's a
Bro,
fire
I was looking at
series.
that shit. I was looking at that shit like it was a goddamn Netflix show, nigga. I got it
Facts.
all the way up to 8. That
Mm-hmm.
shit was like that nigga. Shout out to him, man. That's gonna be my put on
Now
spoiler
he
alert. But
cold.
that nigga, that shit is fire, nigga. And that shit was like a little mini episode, each one of them. Like that shit,
Yeah.
I'm following it. Like that shit was. Go listen to that T Grizzly robbery series, the
I'm gonna tell
videos.
you
That
what it
shit
remind me of.
fire.
That
Trapped
trapped
in
in
the
the
closet.
closet. Yep.
That's exactly what I was thinking when I was watching. It's like a trap, like street nigga version of Trapped in the Closet.
Yeah,
That
it's
shit,
hard.
that shit was lining up perfect. Like, that shit was good, man. I can't speak highly enough of that. That
I'm
shit
caught.
was
I'm on
like,
the one where he get out the hospital with the gal and she like want to
see, I
introduce him
ain't
to
made
the
it to that
plug.
one. Oh yeah,
What?
yeah, 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 yeah. I did. I made it to the end
Yeah,
of that
yeah,
one. She
yeah.
want to introduce him to the plug. He like, what you got going on? Trying to introduce me to him. That shit
No,
was
that's hard.
good.
He was
Nigga, I'm
ripping.
glued to the whole thing. I'm watching it like I know I ain't finna make it 8 minutes through. Cause this is too long for a video. Nigga,
Nah,
7 minutes and 50 seconds in. I'm like, damn, it ain't ain't no more of these, nigga. It ain't longer than this. Like that
I
shit
think he just
good as
dropped 2
fuck,
more.
bro. I ain't seen them. I'm on them then.
Oh, that's
I seen
funny.
the last one I seen was video 8, which was robbery. Like you said, he just got out the hospital. The
Yeah,
chick
there's
was
one more
introducing him to the nigga. Ah, yeah, I got to see that then. I got to go get
because
on
he
that.
dropped the album and it had robbery. Oh no, 8. You're right. It's 7 and 8. Them the last 2. My bad.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah, the 8, the last one that I seen. That shit was good in the
Yeah,
motherfucker, man. Shout out to T Grizzly, man. That nigga in his
that
bag.
shit man's.
I fuck with him. That
Nah,
the
he cold.
creativity that he's shown with the storytelling shit, like he might be one of the best storytellers in hip hop.
He
Like,
underrated
yeah, facts.
because he can rap.
That's fact. Yeah, he can too. All right. Hey, B, I know you've seen the clips going around. Your girl, Meg the Stallion, has a new documentary coming out on Amazon, I want
It's
to
out
say it
now.
is.
It came out on Halloween.
It's out right now. Came out on Halloween. And
Yeah.
in that documentary, some things were revealed. She said she lied to Gayle King about sleeping with Tory Lanez, and she received some backlash. Did that make you look at the situation any different?
I'm gonna say no because we already knew she was lying. Nobody believed her when she said that, dude. We watched that like that was cap. Like
Facts.
she was lying for sure. The documentary we teased it because Chris Brown got a documentary that was coming, and we were like, which one are we gonna watch? And we both said neither. And I haven't watched this. I don't plan on it.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not
called In Her
watching this.
Words. If you want to watch it, but it's we knew when she was talking to Gayle King that was a lie. And Slim Thug made a really good point. And even though he's caping because it's H Town, but he made a good point, bro. Nobody wants to be on CBS News, especially a female. Nobody wants to be on CBS World fucking in front of literally the world and talking about their body count and niggas that they don't fuck. So when you're asked that question, your knee-jerk reaction is gonna be like, no. For a lot of people. I'm not shooting no bail. I'm telling you what Slim Thug said. And it actually is a fair point. Why is that question asked, number one? And two, a lot of people are gonna lie in that situation, especially a female. Like it's just it ain't that type of setting. You got on a fucking Hillary Clinton business suit on, you in front of Gayle King, Oprah's right hand woman, probably one of the biggest journalists in the world, and you're on a world platform and y'all talking about who I fucked last week. Like, no.
No.
I'm not surprised if a motherfucker like, nah, I didn't. Next.
Yeah.
Or I plead the fifth, or I don't want to answer that. Any other thing that would have told us yes, the answer is yes. So at the end of the day, I knew the answer was yes when she said no. If she said I don't feel comfortable talking about that, we would have known the answer was yes. If she would have said anything other than yes, we would have known it was yes. So what difference do it make?
Yeah, I respect her for even doubling back to it. They would have never spoke on that shit again. I guess. I mean, we trying to get we trying to get documentary numbers up. So I guess that's the clip you put out to get the numbers up and keep people talking. Okay, whatever. But yeah, Slim Thug was right. Hey, nigga, I'm not telling you who I slept with. I'm not fucking telling Gayle King. I would have lied to Gayle King about sleeping with her on her show. Did you sleep with? Nah, I don't even know what you talking about, my girl. Cameras on. Like I ain't like we've all done this, and there ain't been no cameras on. It ain't been no CBS World News, nigga. Like we've all casually denied like one of those nights when it's like, damn, I should have done that. But with that being said, uh this goes like I don't know if Meg is performing at the level that she should as far as everything with the controversy around her. I see her everywhere, but I don't know if like the numbers add up to it. And I found it funny that this was a clip that they dropped to like drum up promo for this, even though I know it's salacious and people will want to tune into it.
Yeah.
I just feel like she's a lot more talented than a lot of the stuff that's associated around her. Like we just talked about with Freddie Gibbs. I wish there was there is a world where none of this shit even matters. Like, I don't give a fuck if she fucked Tory Lanez or not, bro. Like, I don't even really care what happened in the shooting. I don't care. It doesn't matter. None of that shit matters to me, bro. I just like seeing her do music, have fun, shake her ass. That's what I'm here for. Like anything outside of that, I guess because I'm not that invested. I'm not a hottie. Like I'm cool. So I was kind of surprised even with the times that we're in how much like traction this shit got
You're
because
not
it's like you
surprised. You're
said.
not surprised by that, bro. We're in the media. We've been in the
Well,
media era for
being my
15
age,
years.
that's true. But being my age, I looked at it just like you did, AB, and I was like, well, nigga, I knew she was lying when she told her that. Like, what the fuck? What are we back here for? Like, we could have left
Yeah.
that back there. They ain't even no need to talk about this again, unless you know you're trying to sell DVD, sell documentaries. So I mean, I guess I'm just not that vested in Meg. Like, I don't care about any of this.
Yeah, that, of course, and that's what I'm saying. We not. This isn't the Shade Room podcast.
Mm.
They'll talk about this from here on out. But I don't. We any motherfucker that's been outside any part of their life knew she was capping. Like you said, everybody's
Right.
fucking done it. Like, dude, you don't know how to read people? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Bro, get some street smarts, dude. What? She was lying. Like, get the fuck out of
I
here.
can't believe she lied to Gayle King on national TV. Yes, nigga, what else am I gonna lie? Yes, this is the main place that I'm going to lie. Up here
Yeah.
talking to Gayle King on national TV, being judged by millions of people, and I got a case pending. Like, yes, nigga, I'm going to lie. Fuck her.
Nigga,
Fuck Gayle King.
I scrolled right through that, dude. I didn't bat one eye, bro. Like, duh, no shit.
Oh
It
shit,
was
that's
crazy.
funny.
Last thing, man, before we get to these wins and these losses, Arkansas rapper Bankroll Freddie, whose biggest song actually features Megan Thee Stallion,
That's
it's
funny.
called Pop It. He
Mhm.
was locked up in 2022. He has been found guilty on multiple charges, including marijuana possession and distribution of a controlled substance, firearm possession in furtherance of drug trafficking, and using a communications facility for drug trafficking crimes. I don't know what that means, but he is sentenced to 12 and a half years. Grand opening, grand closing for Bankroll Freddie, unfortunately. Apparently he was a part of a gang, EBK, Everybody Killers.
Mhm.
Hey man, niggas gonna learn. Never mind. So yeah, what when you see this headline, I think they're trying to appeal it or something of that nature. What do you think?
I hate to be the dude. I hate to be the dude that says this, but man, you play dumb games, you win dumb prizes. This was 2022. Bankroll 30 had been signed to QC for at least a year and a half, 2 years. T.I. said that it's the best. You can't have one foot in and one foot out. The story here, though, Bankroll Freddie went to his Instagram and he was like, ain't no way these folks gave me 12 and a half years on no marijuana and gun charges for a first time offender.
Mm,
And what happened here is they just like with super speeder, like
gotcha.
they're speeding tickets, and then we can up that shit if we feel like it, or if you were going this fast. His
And that's
gripe
20 miles
is
over the. If you're going
20
20
miles over
miles over
speed.
the speed limit here in Atlanta, it's a super speeder. It's extra bread on
Exactly.
top of that fun. I know
Right.
by experience, unfortunately.
Now his gripe is the statute for the stuff that I did doesn't warrant a 12 and a half year bid. At most, I should have 5, 6 years. And that's what they agreed to until for some reason they decided to up the charges because it qualified for like let's say the super speeder charger for marijuana and guns, even though he's a first time expender. And he's mad about that.
Mm.
But again, bro, you play dumb games, you win dumb prizes. And yeah, it may be unfair, but that's what you sign up for, bro. Like you don't expect to be out here breaking laws and doing these things and go to jail or court. If you're in the streets, you don't expect to be like, maybe they're gonna go easy on me. Like I hope they're gonna go easy. No, nigga, they gonna go hard on you. Like it's always a thing when I was coming up. Like my mom has told me this, niggas that are older, you tell this, once they put these cuffs on your brain, nothing I could do. Unless you got power or influence, which it doesn't seem money or influence, doesn't seem that Freddie has either of those in this Arkansas town that he was locked up in. Like this is what it is, bro. You're not gonna strum up some emotion out of people like, oh, they did him wrong and we feel sorry for you. Like, nah, bro. You had 21 pounds of weed, you had a strap, you was already supposed to be on it, ain't supposed to be nowhere near this. So they caught you, you gotta go to jail. And if they decide to trump up the charges on you to make you an example because you're a public figure, that's what happens. You knew that before you closed the trunk and put them 21 pounds in that car, bro. Well, you should have known that. And if you did know it, you shouldn't have been doing it. You should have had another nigga doing it. He had enough money to have another nigga to do it. So, like, no, I just can't feel sorry for him. I ain't saying that this is right, it's justified, but I don't expect anybody to be done right in the criminal justice system. That's why they warn us as black men to stay out of it, because they're not going to do you right. And for him to go on his Instagram and write this long ass post about how they didn't do me right, like, yes, nigga, that's what we've been saying for the last since the fucking 60s, nigga. That's how it happens. So I'm sorry this happened to him, man. I didn't listen to Bankroll Freddie. Thoughts and prayers to his family and friends, and I hope he does get the appeal. But to think that he was going to get done right, because I know niggas that have gotten caught with 100 pounds that got 5 years, just depending on where you at.
Yeah.
So like you just happen to be in Arkansas, my nigga, and that's on you. Sorry.
Yeah, there was also cocaine, crack, meth,
Oh, okay. Now
weed.
see, now you be bullshitting. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I thought he just had 21 pounds of weed. Yeah, it's over. That's why they
Yeah.
trumped up. That's why they upped the charges then.
Yeah.
They was trying to act like you see that's in the report. I ain't see that.
Yeah, I'm looking at officials at the time said that members voluntarily and intentionally conspired together to distribute cocaine, crack, meth, and
Oh no,
marijuana.
they ain't find that on him though.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking about
That's the
yeah,
members of the
that was just a
because they.
part of the yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. My bad, my bad. They because they but he did face charges related to possession of cocaine and marijuana.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Like you said, condolences to his family. One of which his father was one of the members arrested as well.
Jesus. Hey man.
Crazy. Oh, what
What
we
say you
got?
about
Wins
it?
and losses.
Do you have
That
anything
was
about it?
nuts.
Did you have anything about it?
No, I mean, listen. I'm echoing what you're saying, man. I get it. Sometimes people can be falsely charged, and if so, he can get a lawyer on top of it. But like you said, I'm going to be square and I'm not even going to roll the dice when it comes to this.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna take a risk, it's going to be extremely calculated. And the penalty of that risk will more than likely not involve me doing any years behind anybody's cell. I'm just not even going to. I personally am not going to try at where I'm at. Or again, I don't want to speak on a high horse, but I'm hoping that if I have a record deal with QC, the hottest label in the game at the time, or one of the hottest labels, I see what everybody else is out here doing. I'm watching Baby at the fucking ice box, nigga, getting frozen every other day on YouTube. I'm watching what the Migos doing. I'm watching what the City Girls is doing. I'm watching everybody cook. They gave me this Megan feature for free. I'm gonna milk this shit. I am doing everything but in my power to buy bricks of anything, dude, unless it's fucking concrete, nigga, to go build me a new build or a condo or a townhome complex down in Arkansas because I know they need housing in that motherfucker. So if anything, I'm doing that. I'll
Facts.
fuck with them bricks, nigga. You could take these 30
Yeah.
bands and I'll put it with somebody else 30 bands, nigga. We can go buy this complex. But other
Yeah.
than that, bro, you just have to be smarter, dog. I get it. He feel like he been done wrong. He might have been. I don't know how this shit works. But it's you crying wolf, bro. And nobody's gonna listen because nobody's gonna show any sympathy. Maybe somebody will, and they'll do some pro bono work and get you out of there, and then maybe you learn your lesson and all's well that ends well. But you just can't count on that. That's the problem. You can't count on that happening. You can't count on doing this and getting away with it. You can't count on them showing leniency. Just
Exactly.
can't, bro. It's just too much of a risk. It's too much at stake, man.
And
So
it's not even like you said, it's not even a wrongful conviction. It's like they caught me,
well,
nigga. I
yeah,
just thought y'all were gonna go easy on me. No, nigga, like don't ever think that. Don't ever fucking think that they gonna go easy on you.
yeah,
Like that's
nah.
not it.
I don't. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't play that game.
Yeah, facts, man. Thoughts and prayers ahead, man. Wins and losses before we get out of here on this election night. AB, win or loss? Your man, Champagne Poppy himself, and alleged OVO goon Chubbs go courtside to mug DeMar DeRozan, talk crazy about him in the booth
That
when
was
they were
fun.
called when Drake was called up. I said he'd take his jersey down from the Raptors.
Yeah, that was fun.
Is this a win or a loss, man?
It's a
Was
win.
Drake doing too much?
No, he wasn't. He was doing
It's
exactly what he was supposed to do. I don't understand what people listen.
as what exactly what he's supposed to do is what AB. This
Drake
should
is
have
a
been a topic.
Drake is a petty guy. He's been
He's an
petty.
actor. He's an actor. That's what he
That's
is.
fine. He may be. So was Pac. Either he was
Yeah.
petty. I'm sitting courtside at the Vince Carter jersey retirement for the Raptors. Do you know how many jerseys the Raptors have retired? None, nigga. This is the very first one. I get paid by the Raptors to shout out the Raptors. I have to be here as the ambassador. I'm going to put the headset on and they're going to interview me. This is all part of my contract. I get a whole lot of money in my own private jet to have to sit here and do this. Fine. It happens to be on the night where a nigga who used to ride my dick, pause, then switched
Jesus
sides
Christ.
on me and now is riding somebody else's dick, pause, and Kendrick Lamar. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to stare at this nigga because he a fuck nigga now and he used to be my homie. I don't understand how is he supposed to look at him? He's supposed to piece it up, shake his hand, dap, take photos? No, fuck this nigga, dude. I'm finna stand right here courtside. I would be here anyway. My name in the seats, nigga, matter of fact, Drake might have the only jersey in the fucking Raptors, dude. They finally put VCs up there. Nigga, I'm mugging this nigga, dude. That's just how niggas look when you see somebody you don't fuck with. Why is this so complicated, dude? You ever been
Cause
done
you
wrong by a nigga and then seen him? You mugged him, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about?
no, I did not. Cause I'm a boss. And I know you. I'm a boss and I don't do that. Drake is a boss. He shouldn't do that. And I know you, AB. You're a boss and you don't do that either. You would have acted like that nigga didn't exist. They would have asked me about the nigga in the booth and I would have said, who? Like I would have had bad bitches right there courtside, like entertaining them and acted like that nigga didn't exist. Like standing right, like if I were DeMar DeRozan, I'd hit that nigga in the face with a basketball. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. I swear to God. Throw me out, whatever NBA. I promise you I would have threw a basketball at that nigga face.
You
Stop
would have
playing
made
with
it
me,
out of
right, nigga?
Toronto.
Nigga, do you know I'm from Compton? Nigga, stop playing with me, bro. Like I'm
I,
from the real, like Kendrick
hey
said, nigga.
man,
We like that for real, nigga. You want to do all that
niggas got to
fake
stop that
mugging
where
with
I'm
your
from shit. Nigga got to
hey
stop
man,
that.
listen.
Cause real
DeMar
nigga,
DeRozan,
don't nobody cares about this shit, bro. Nobody
until
cares.
until you from one of those places that you should care about. And a Compton Crip is one of those people that you should fucking care about where they from. Cause it can get ugly real quick, nigga.
DeMar
Nigga
DeRozan
tell
got too
me
much money and nothing do none of that shit.
nigga tell me he GD and he from O Block. I care where he's from. I do. I just do for the sake of my life, nigga. I don't even know if it's GD or the other one is from O Block, but whichever one it is, a nigga tell me he that and he from O Block, I'm going to respect it. I promise you, I would have threw a basketball at Drake, man. Like they would have had to take me out of there. But
That's the
not,
problem. Niggas are supposed to respect people, period. No matter where they're from. And telling me where you're from means nothing. It doesn't
yeah, but
add anything.
that's fair. But playing with me like you don't know where I'm from is gonna get you fucked up. You right, respect everybody, but don't play with me like you don't know where the fuck I'm from, nigga. And that's just
Eh,
I just thought this was super petty. But Drake is 40 years old, AB.
he's
Like
36.
40-year-old man going to do
30,
this
he's 36.
he's 40. This is disgusting. This is a disgusting, nasty piece of work added to Drake's jacket. I
This
would
is
have been the
social
biggest.
media gassing it, bro. That nigga mugged him for 3 seconds and niggas just looped it. Bro. That nigga was there the whole game. Niggas petty as fuck.
But he still went in there and said he would have he would have ripped the nigga jersey out of the Raptors. Like,
Now,
come on, what we talking
now that
about,
shit was
bro?
fun. When they asked him,
I climb up there and take it down.
no, they asked him about the Vince Carter night and what it meant to have the first jersey to be retired. He was like,
Yeah.
no, it was great, man. It's unfortunate we got to play this goof.
Yeah, see, that's too much, bro. That ain't ball shit. Like, I don't even know this nigga if I'm Drake now. Nigga, I'm putting more attention on you. DeMar DeRozan got talked about more now than he has in a Hall of Fame NBA career because Drake is like beefing with him. Like now, like who?
Hey,
DeMar, who?
this let
I'm
me know
sorry, I
where
don't
he.
know him.
This let me know the call with Future was cap, because this nigga is not. This
Yeah,
is
if he still got this problem with him,
we're finally getting Drake's kind of feeling toward this shit. He's not fucking with niggas that was on stage at the wasn't
that's
name.
true.
Like, you
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? He hasn't really touched on that, really. So niggas was
Mhm.
wondering, like, is he tight at LeBron? Is he tight at
Yeah, he
YG?
hot at Bron. He hot at Bron. Yeah,
He hot at
100%.
bar too. As he
This
should.
was
Y'all niggas is killing me, dog.
now you can be now, bro. You can be mad. That's cool. That's fine that you mad at another nigga, but we too grown for me to. I'm not mugging a nigga. I
Bro.
ain't mugging
It
nobody,
might just
bro.
be
I
a
don't.
reflex. You might just
Nah,
see
you
nigga
don't
be
even
thinking,
exist.
bitch
You don't even
ass
exist to me, bitch ass
nigga.
nigga. Like, yeah, you ain't even in, like, you don't even exist on the planet that I'm on no more, bro. Like, if they did, like, come on, bro. I'm Drake too. Like, I ain't like, come on, man. Like, there's ain't another reason in my life that I would ever have to mention DeMar DeRozan if I was Drake. Ever. Even if the Raptors called me and they're like, you know what we thinking about? Nope. Click. And that's it. I ain't gotta say nothing else, bro. I ain't gotta explain it or nothing. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's crazy. All right, next winner or loss, man. Strange appearance on Kai Cenat's live stream by Kodak Black AB. Did you see the clips of this? And is it a winner or loss?
This is a win, man, because Kai Cenat, I got a lot of respect for young dude. Kai Cenat is
I
funny.
fuck with him.
His reaction to Kodak Black freestyling was hilarious to me too. Like the kid is funny, bro. Like and like, just like an observing facial expression. I'm not saying like he's finna do stand up, but he's entertaining in these little bits of clips that I've seen. I can piece together why kids watch him because that shit was funny. Now you know Kodak took that from a clip that went viral in Florida,
Yeah, yeah.
so a
Mhm.
lot of people didn't know that. They thought he was, or they're saying that he's like on some drug shit or whatever. But he got that from he was mocking a clip that already exists that was kind of big in Florida. So this was a W. I thought that shit was funny, and I like what he doing. I like what Kai is doing with the subathon thing he got going on. I thought this shit was creative.
What's Subathon?
He's streaming for a certain amount of days completely straight to kind of to he's doing like a subathon to get more subscribers to his thing, and he's got like special guests coming in and out. Snoop finna
Ah,
come
like he did
through.
with the jail shit.
Kind of similar to that. He's just doing this. They just taking the stream game and just kind of
I fuck
doing
with that.
different things with it.
He's a really disruptive person in that place.
I
I
agree.
like the shit that he tries that he does. Even though we had a couple of criticisms about the jail thing, I've come all the way around on
That
dude.
was
I
cringe.
fuck with him.
The
Yeah, it
jail thing was
was,
a
but I
little
fuck
cringe.
with him. It was,
Yeah,
but that's him being young,
for
and
sure.
he apologized for it. I seen a little clip with Snoop on there. We had the like of the biggest blunt in the world. He says you got to say pause every time you hit it. That was
That's
hilarious.
funny.
Yeah, this people try to, and rightfully so. Kodak has given them the leeway to do so, but people try to throw that drug shit on Kodak all the time. I think he was just up there being silly. He might have been
I think
drunk.
so too.
He might have been drunk. I ain't gonna put that past him, but I don't see like niggas trying to say perked out or coke and like I don't like nah,
But he
bro.
was
He
making
just
fun of the clip though. Like that's the
he
thing.
was
If you
making
see
fun
the
of it. No, but did you see the rest of it though? Like there's a lot of other shit with him falling and
oh, I
like
didn't see that though. Now that I didn't
yeah,
see. I
like
just saw him do the
it's
freestyle.
nah, it's some other shit on there like throughout the whole live stream where he like just standing there, he's trying to roll up and fail.
Ah, okay,
Like it's some shit that looks suspect, but I think he was just kind of like a little tipsy, man. Like I don't
okay.
think it was no drug shit. It didn't look like he was on perks or nothing like that to me. But I don't know what niggas on perks look like nowadays, so maybe I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
it might be something different right
Um,
here.
Fat, yeah, exactly. Lastly, before we get out of here, win or loss, Lil Baby, he responds to Thug's request to work with Gunna. This comes after Thug puts out the tweet calling Baby by his nickname, saying let's work and put something on these rats' heads. Is
Yeah.
me paraphrasing what it said, and Lil Baby responded like, "Let's do it." You know what what's the nickname?
Well,
Wham. Like what Wham says goes is what Baby said, and so let's get in the booth. Welcomed him home. Happy he came home in good spirits with his friends and family is what Baby said initially. Do you think this is a win or a loss as far as a response from Baby to
it,
Thug being home?
it's a win because I don't think this is about Gunna. People got to stop thinking, bro. You already explained it and laid it out why it will be dumb as fuck and not financially beneficial for Thug to come out, request to work with Gunna, and then call him a rat. That would make no sense whatsoever. And people got to remember, Young Thug and Gunna weren't the only two niggas that got caught up in this sweep, dude. It was 28 people. And what people have failed to realize, because they keep watching Gunna because he's the household name. 26 other motherfuckers gave statements, signatures, pointed the finger, did way worse shit. But people are only talking about Gunna because he's the name. I get it. And then they leaked the video. I have said this from day one. Fonnie Wells, even though that's my baby, she did Gunna wrong. She did all these niggas wrong, honestly, because they really didn't have anything. But they really did Gunna wrong because we knew from the jump that nigga had nothing to do with none of this shit. They just scooped up the nigga that they knew had nothing to do with it, put him up against a rock and a hard place, and forced him to make a decision. And that's the problem. And no one is talking about that. They're only seeing the after effect of that, which was the video that happened to leak first of Gunna saying he, YSL's a gang. But how did it leak? Where's anybody else's shit at? Nobody asked these fucking questions, dude. Ask more questions in 2025. This is a W because I'm looking forward to them working, and it's a capital W for Baby because he needs a hit in the worst way.
The snitch thing is so funny when you say that and you explain it that way, that people reacted that way to Gunna. But some kind of way or another, YSL Woody is a household name now.
He getting on 20v1s and he getting bookings and what?
I do not understand that. Like, I do not understand it. I'll say it one more time. I do not understand that. I don't understand why YSL Woody is a thing. With that being said, yeah, I think this is a lot of nothing. People just digging into these just conspiracy theories. I don't think he's talking about Gunna. I think he's just hollering at Baby. Like, let's hop on these rats' heads, just using it as a figure of speech. Like, I'm out now. Like, it's up. This nigga, like you've been popping. I put you on. Like, let's get back together. Like, I don't think this is about Gunna. I don't think that we'll ever hear anything about the Gunna snitching shit again unless Gunna addresses it directly or Young Thug says something about it, which I don't think he would and would be smart not to. I still wonder, though, I know I said this earlier, I want some answers as to that. How is Young Thug going to work with T.I. and all of these niggas that have felonies? I want to know how that's going to work.
Yes.
Because, like, he don't
got to be in the studio with him.
He was just with T.I.
No, I thought he was on FaceTime.
No, them niggas was in the same room.
Oh, no, you're right. They was together. You're right.
Yeah. So I wonder how that's going to work. Unless it's some kind of special exemption for T.I. But from what I understand about those, like, probation things, terms is you can't be around no felons. And T.I. is a definite felon a couple times over. So I just wonder how that's going to work.
Man, we're going to see.
Who we got on deck of the week, AB?
On deck of the week, man, let's go to YouTube. Shout out to Dummy Account 1202. The Clips should come out with a mixtape before the album called Sorry for the Wait. WEIGHT. That'll be a dope title and a slick shot at Wayne. I agree. That'll be actually kind of fire. And we just need the music. Whatever it's called, just release it.
Just drop
whatever
it.
The fuck.
At this point, just drop it, bro.
Shout out to Mr. Just Ralph. I feel AB about liking an album but not wanting to see the person live. I fool Big X to plug, but I ain't trying to be in the crowd. LOL. +1. Big X has a nice project. I could say that you could take out Big X and fill in the blank with like 30 niggas, and I feel the exact same way. I'm not going to the show. I'll fuck with the album in the comfort of my crib, in my whip. I'm not going out and being amongst the people for a lot of motherfuckers.
I fuck with that last Big X album heavy, and I would be hesitant to go if a nigga gave me free tickets.
Facts.
But they could be like, hey, man, here goes some free tickets at Big X. I'm like,
I gotta wait in line?
I don't know about that.
I gotta it's when?
Yeah. Where's it gonna be at?
9 o'clock. It started at 9? No.
Standing room only?
No, listen. The quickest way to get me out of there, nigga, if I paid for a ticket, stood in line and got in and was standing room only, I'm leaving. It's not even I'll just dip, dude. Fuck, I just take that L. Nobody got time for that shit. What you got to put me on, man? But salute to everybody with the comments, man. Good looking.
Absolutely. Thank y'all. Continue to keep those rolling in and make sure you rate, subscribe, like, tell everybody about the On Deck TV show. We need that support. We want that support. We love to have you guys here. My put on is going to be that T Grizzly, the T Grizzly that we talked about earlier, that robbery series, man. A lot of people are sleeping on that, man. It's really fucking good. Go check that out. He's telling a great story. It's like you watching a Tubi TV show. So I give him a lot of respect. T Grizzly got to get in his writing bag, man. I feel like he can write on sitcoms or movies or some shit like that. So go check that out, man. You'll run all 8 of them through. I think that's the next bag for T Grizzly to like to do a TV show or something like that because he cold.
Yeah, he could do a movie, bro. He could definitely do a movie.
He could definitely do a movie. This is right up there with I'm About It or Baller Blocking or anything like that.
No, it's actually better than
right
those.
up there with it. Yeah,
It's
a lot better actually. Yeah.
Put on. I'm gonna do a put on that I actually missed because I wasn't here when you were Nick. I saw the Pharrell Lego movie in I caught it in theaters before it left because it did flop. It didn't do very well, and it's gone with the wind. It's going to be streaming in like any day now. I recommend people check that out. If you're into music, if you're into Pharrell, if you're into hip hop, I think it's actually a really good watch. Me and my wife enjoyed it. I learned something I didn't know. It's essentially a documentary. It's just done in Lego form. It's a Pharrell documentary done in Lego form. It was pretty good, dude. Like, and it's creative, as you would expect a Pharrell Lego movie to be. Pharrell has this thing where he hears in colors and shit. And they showcase that. I forgot what it's called. It's like some long ass 8-syllable word. Where one sense will trigger another sense that's not related. And he has that. So it was cool how they displayed that in the movie where he would hear shit and the colors would change and they would vibrate depending on what the sound was. It was killing. Like I was like, oh, this shit is interesting. It's a cool like 90-minute in and out. It had some funny parts, some shit I learned I didn't know. Got Jay and Kendrick and all the people in there telling the story on his behalf. It was fire, man. So I recommend streaming it. Now you ain't got to go to the movies. You can stream it. Should be on something anytime.
Now it's on streaming. I'm checking it out.
Yeah, for sure, man. I recommend it. Pretty dope, man. Pretty dope.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate y'all checking us out every week here at the On Deck TV show. As I said briefly before, rate, subscribe, like, tell a friend, all of that good stuff to make sure we keep this thing growing.
Who wins the election?
Appreciate y'all.
If you had to call it, not who you want, but who you think will win.
Now, I've been looking at it in the background right now.
Yeah,
it's looking real Trumpy outside. Fortunately,
the guy who's guessed the last 8 said it was going to be Kamala, but we'll see.
He got the last 8. Okay, hey,
I mean, he bound to get one wrong though at some point.
Hopefully not this one though. Hopefully he make it to the next one. And like a lot of the early votes are coming in too. I'm trying to see how she's doing in Georgia.
Yep.
He just won Kentucky. I've been watching it in the background here. It's funny, like they were showing the counties here. Clayco, like 82%.
That's so funny.
DeKalb was like 64%. Gwinnett was like 55%. Henry County, which is like Conyers and shit like that, she won like 65. So like, what are black people at here in Georgia? She winning. She just
that's how it was with Obama and shit though.
Yeah, so clearly keep this up, man. It's 27-99 right now.
Yeah,
we got a long way to go, but that
got a long way to
go. That don't really mean anything at all. So yeah, man.
All right,
we'll see. Who you got? Who you think?
I think I saw the video of dude using his formula. He's got like a little 10-point formula of who he can predict will win. But I think the formula is thrown off by these different circumstances of her joining in last minute and all of this type of stuff. I think Trump wins, but I think it's like supremely close. But I really can't call it though, like because I don't think people really like dude like that though. I think the people who like him are just really fucking loud.
Yeah, and I think we've had enough as a country. That was one of the biggest motivators behind my voting, man. Like this, not only not to get real political, but not only to deal with everything that we've had to deal with COVID and the economy and all this shit over the last 12 years. To continuously have to deal with this nigga being in the news for bullshit on an everyday basis make it even more fucking draining, bro. I'm just ready for that shit to be. I'm ready. If I never heard dude name again, I would be cool. Like that would be fine with me.
It's tiring, bro.
Oh my God. But to think there could be possibly 4 more years of this nigga in the news every day is like, Jesus.
I wouldn't be surprised either way. This is a coin flip to me, bro. I wouldn't be surprised
either way if we woke up tomorrow and it was either one of them. But got my fingers crossed as to who. We'll let you guys. We don't want to. We know, just like Michael Jordan said, Republicans buy shoes too, just like they listen to podcasts. So you guys keep listening to ours.
For sure.
And we'll be here next week, regardless of who the president is, man.
There it is, man. Until the next time, guys, we out.
Peace.